Hey, good morning, guys. Looking at just some of the questions you guys had on the 10-2 homework. Remember, 10-2 is all about, so we're graphing these parabolas, these quadratic equations. But now we're looking at finding that axis of symmetry and finding that vertex that helps us find, the maximum point if it's facing down, or that minimum point if it's facing up. So we're looking at number 40 on your homework, and it can do with some jumping spiders. And it says basically that the track or the path of this jumping spider or fishing spider or whatever it was called follows this equation. They've modeled it with this equation, and they want to know what's the highest that this, or how long does it take the spider to get to its highest point. Excuse me. And what is that highest point? And basically, if you look at this, this is going to be a parabola because it's an x squared equation. And since a is negative, I know it's open and down. So really, what they're looking for here is the vertex. That's actually what they're looking for here, where the x coordinate will be the time, and the y coordinate will be the height. All right. So really, that's what we want to find here. So as we look at this, we've got our equation. All right. Here's your a. A is negative 4,500. B is 820, and C is 43. So we're looking at this, and we want to find first that axis of symmetry. So that's the opposite of B over 2A. All right, so if B is 820, the opposite of 820 is negative 820, and A is negative 4,500. So 2 times A, 2 times negative 4,500, I think, is negative 9,000. Okay. Now this doesn't turn out quite as nice and neat as the ones in our homework. So I'm just going to grab my calculator and I'm going to do. I'm actually going to cheat just a little bit. I know a negative divided by a negative is a positive, so I'm going to ignore my negatives. I'm going to do 820 divided by 9,000, and I get 0.91 repeating. All right, is what I get. All right, so 0.91 repeating, or if you wanted to round that, I don't know right offhand if the question said to round that. You could just write that as, actually that is it 0.91? No, I'm sorry, it is 0.091. Watch that decimal point. So it's 0.091 repeating. All right, so so now so it's approximately 9/100ths of a second. It doesn't take that spider long to get to its maximum height. Remember, x here was the time, so it's 0.91 seconds. Okay. Now, how high is it going to get? I'd like to know that if I'm around this spider. How far away do I need to get? Well, that's actually the y that we're looking for here. Again, we're trying to find the vertex is actually what we're trying to find. Well, we've got our x value, so I just want to put that in. Into our equation here. Now, if you remember, I'm not going to cover it right now, but if you remember, you can store this number since it's kind of ugly. You can put that in that memory. Okay, hit store and then hit number 1, and then use the recall to put it back in here. But I'm just going to use the rounded value of 91 thousandths. All right, so I'm going to do negative 4,500 times 0.091 squared. Make sure you do that order of operations. Make sure you square that first, all right? Plus 820 times 91 thousandths plus 43. So when I put that in there, I get about 80, all right? And I do want to look real quick here and just make sure. I want to check our units here, especially just to make sure that answer makes sense. Because if y is in feet, I don't know that this spider can jump 80 feet. All right. So in this one, let's see. Y, oh, that's in millimeters. Okay, 80 millimeters. That's about 8 centimeters. All right. So we're talking, 8 centimeters, about 4 inches maybe. Okay, that makes a little more sense. All right. So it's actual. So its maximum height here is about 80 millimeters. All right. So again, just recognizing that once we've got this function, once we've got this model for this spider to find its maximum height, really what they're asking you there is to find the vertex. Okay. So we find the axis of symmetry. That gives me the x coordinate of my vertex, which is time here. and then I plug that back in. Make sure you do order of operations, exponent first, then multiply, and then finally add. You should get about 80 millimeters for that maximum height. All right. Hope that helps. Let me know if you guys have any other questions. Take care.